For a word to be spoken, there must be silence, before and after. Never get bitter. Life is a medley of good and bad ingredients. Power is not revealed by striking hard or often, but by striking true. Man in general, if reduced to himself, is too wicked to be free. The money you make is a symbol of the value you create. The perfect man uses his mind as a mirror. It grasps nothing. It regrets nothing. It receives, but does not keep. Even though the ship may go down, the journey goes on. If a craftsman wants to do good work, he must first sharpen his tools. Being born is like being kidnapped and then sold into slavery. The most important person you meet in life is your highest self. Be mindful, be grateful, be positive, be true, be kind. The tragedy of life is what dies inside a man while he lives. No one from the outside can tell or show you what is in your heart. Convince your enemy that he will gain very little by attacking you. This would diminish his enthusiasm. Don't complain about the snow on your neighbor's roof when your own doorstep is unclean. The truth will set you free, but first it will piss you off. We all have the beast in us, Bill, and it is up to us to control it. Do not swallow bait offered by the enemy. Do not interfere with an army that is returning home. Hats have power. Hats can change you into someone else. True friends are always together in spirit. Lucy Maud Montgomery. Cherish those who seek the truth, but beware of those who find it. Nothing makes a person happier than having a happy heart. If you do not change direction, you may end up where you are heading. Challenges in life can either enrich you or poison you. You are the one who decides. Every act of goodness is born from our desire to be happy. When you treat your failures as lessons, you can never fail. Sometimes you recognize truth because it destroys you for a bit. But the truth doesn't need to be known or believed to be true. Remember, man does not live on bread alone. Sometimes he needs a little buttering up. Be sure to place your feet in the right place, then stand firm. Stay in the center, and you will be ready to move in any direction. He who is prudent and lies in wait for an enemy who is not will be victorious. We have to speak the truth always, at any cost, and no matter what. He will win who, prepared himself, waits to take the enemy unprepared. Life is not measured by what you have. It's measured by what you give. There's no such thing in anyone's life as an unimportant day. The way to screw up somebody's life is to give them what they want. There is no truth, Stephanie said mistressly, only perspectives. Success is a lousy teacher. It seduces smart people into thinking they can't lose. If you believe very strongly in something, stand up and fight for it. Nothing in the world can take the place of persistence. And regulation entails organizational effectiveness, a chain of command, and a structure for logistical support. It is an acceptance of being uncomfortable that drives change. Let everything be allowed to do what it naturally does, so that its nature will be satisfied. I encounter one example after another of how relative truth is. Without subtle ingenuity of mind, one cannot make certain of the truth of their reports. Life is pain. Anyone who says otherwise is selling something. You can't blame gravity for falling in love. Thus the expert in battle moves the enemy and is not moved by him. If what one has to say is not better than silence, then one should keep silent. To a mind that is still, the whole universe surrenders. There is no elevator to success. You have to take the stairs. Some people look for a beautiful place. Others make a place beautiful. The road to success is dotted with many tempting parking spaces. The truth isn't always beauty, but the hunger for it is. The reason why the universe is eternal is that it does not live for itself. It gives life to others as it transforms. Therefore, the good fighter will be terrible in his onset and prompt in his decision. It is during our darkest moments that we must focus to see the light. The flame that burns twice as bright burns half as long. Even if you are on the right track, but just sit there, you will still get run over. Better a broken promise than none at all. Vulnerability is the least celebrated emotion in our society. If you have the courage to begin, you have the courage to succeed. Now I know what success is: living your truth, sharing it. I like people who refuse to speak until they are ready to speak. Faith is a knowledge within the heart, beyond the reach of proof. Grace isn't a little prayer you chant before receiving a meal. It's a way to live. It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are. If the mind is willing, the flesh could go on and on without many things. Life before death, strength before weakness, journey before destination. It isn't where you came from, it's where you're going that counts. I can't go into detail, but it's why I went to the special meeting at the Pentagon. There is no wealth like knowledge, no poverty like ignorance. I shall allow no man to belittle my soul by making me hate him. If they don't like you for being yourself, be yourself even more. You must accept the truth from whatever source it comes. Having the life of your dreams is simple. Make conscious choices. Maybe everyone is just waiting for someone else to save them. Fix your mind on truth. Hold firm to virtue. Rely on loving kindness, and find your recreation in the arts. I think it was the institution. I was trying to master it. When we're connected to others, we become better people. Faced with what is right, to leave it undone shows a lack of courage. I admire those who do good and expect nothing in return. A superior man is modest in his speech, but exceeds in his actions. Where humanity sowed faith, hope, and unity, joy's garden blossomed. With regard to narrow passes, if you can occupy them first, let them be strongly garrisoned and await the advent of the enemy. You know, there's no such thing as a complete lie. There's always some truth in there. Don't flail against the world, use it. Flexibility is the operative principle in the art of war. Silence is a true friend who never betrays. In conflict, straightforward actions generally lead to engagement. Surprising actions generally lead to victory. No one is too busy. It's only a matter of priorities. Cherish that which is in you, and shut out that which is without, for much knowledge is a curse. Accepting oneself does not preclude an attempt to become better. Great knowledge is universal. Small knowledge is limited. Great words are inspiring. Small words are chatter. If you follow the enemy's shifts and changes, you can always find a way to win. Spies are a most important element in water because on them depends an army's ability to move. Maybe other people will try to limit me, but I don't limit myself. Life would be unbearably dull if we had answers to all our questions. People say nothing is impossible, but I do nothing every day. Decide what you want to be, pay the price, and be what you want to be.